Hey everyone, it's Mona here at Klatch, and today we're going to make some Valentine's Day hair accessories. In the past when I've made a hair accessory, I've been corrected on the terminology. Now what we're going to use are these hair bands, which is what I was told they're called, but growing up we called them hair bows. And I know that you guys are thinking it's a bow that goes in your hair that's called a hair bow, and these are hair bands, but we didn't call it that. A hairband in my day, where I grew up, was a rock band with guys that had big hair. That was a hairband. So that's why I have a hard time calling this a hairband, and through this video I'm sure I'll slip up and call it a hair bow. In the comments below, be sure to tell me what you call it, if you call it a hair bow or a hairband. Everything I'm using, I'm actually making two different kinds, and everything I'm using was purchased at the dollar store, with the exception of my hot glue. I had gotten a package of 3 of these for $1 at the dollar store, and I liked the colors, and I also had found these plastic hearts, and they're called table scatter. They're kind of little plastic heart gems. And we are very simply going to glue them onto here. Now, I'm going to use a combination of 2 glues. I'm going to use the Weld Bond, which dries clear, and I'm going to use the hot glue also just to help keep it in place while the Weld Bond dries. I'm going to start with a dollop of the Weld Bond, and then I'm going to put a little hot glue right next to it. I'm going to take one of the hearts, plop it right on. Now before that hardens, I want to make sure that I get everything in the right place, because I'm going to alternate. Once you get all the pieces on there, just set it aside to dry. And I'm just going to put it in 2 cups just like this and let it stand there and dry the rest of the way. This next one's going to be a little more extreme. I'm going to use a black hairband. And other stuff that I bought at the dollar store, I had some leftover roses from a previous project and some of these little white flowers. I also have these picks, which are little hearts. Now I'm going to pick a spot off to the side, and these things are perfect for it. And again, I'm going to use a combination of 2 glues, but I'm going to start with the hot glue. Now I'm going to take these little white bunches and snip them off. And I'm going to add them in between. Okay, and you can leave it like that and that would be very cute. But it's Valentine's Day, we want to go a little over the top. So I'm going to cut this off, oh gosh, right about there. Yeah, shorter. And have these sticking out of there as well. And then I'm going to add some of these gems that I have left over, and I'm going to add it right onto just these in-between areas. And I'll alternate their direction so there's no front or back depending on which side of the head you want this sitting on. Then you're going to set this aside to dry. However, before we do that, we want to clean up the bottom. These parts that are sticking through, we don't want that poking anybody's head. I'm taking some wire cutters, cutting it down. And what I am going to do is add some of the glue right on here, because remember, this was only the hot glue. And I'm going to let that dry also. And then once it's dry, we'll be able to wear it. Our hair accessories are finished. Here is the first one, plain. I let it dry overnight, and it's very cute. You can't see the glue or anything. And here's the other one, and you can see the hearts in there. We got the other hearts glued on there. We got the flowers, and this one is a little bit more extreme. These are both very inexpensive projects, with most of it being bought at the dollar store. So I probably have I have maybe $5 or $6 into both of these, and I still have a bunch of parts left over and additional hairbands left over because they always come in sets. Thanks for watching, and we'll definitely see you next time. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. In the meantime, happy crafting.